You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around. Yeah. You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead. I will give you a minute to tap that subscription button. Just takes a moment. Thanks. So, welcome. I do reviews, TV shows, movies on this channel, so welcome. This episode or this video, I am talking about A Million Little Things. I do not know why I have not reviewed this yet. Like, I've been watching, this is season 2, and I've been watching it not really from the beginning. I had to backpedal a little bit, but I've been watching it for a while, and this show is really good. So again, not sure why I haven't reviewed it yet. So with that being said, this is, because you know I got notes. This is season 2, episode 7, and in this episode, it is Theo's birthday, who is Eddie and Catherine's son. It's his 10th birthday. Everybody's planning to go to the party or going to be at the party, so everybody's going to be in one place. And okay, so I'm gonna do this. If you have not watched this show at all, this is what the premise. It's hard to just cram this show into like one thing because there's so many things going on at one time. There's a group of friends. I think it's like 5 or 6 of them, and they're like coupled up. So the beginning of the show, one of the friends passes away. Come to find out, his wife was sleeping with another friend. Later on down the show, she winds up pregnant. It's the friend's baby. So yeah, like I said, it's way too much to just like backpedal and like tell you everything of the show. This video will be mad long, but that's the basis, or that's the most dramatic or whatever. So the guy, his name is Eddie, who is the father of Delilah's baby, is married, and his wife's name is Catherine, and she's trying to be a trooper. She's trying to work things out with her husband, and I'm really happy to see them do that, because in the beginning of the show, they weren't in a good place, hence why he was, it's not an excuse. I'm not giving him an excuse. Things happen. I just like that they're working things out in their marriage, and she's trying to move past it. She doing a way better job than I feel like I would be doing, but you never know until you in a situation. But hats off to Catherine, because she is doing a really good job. She's being really open-minded. You could tell when she having a moment and she had to reel herself back in, but she just trying to, you know. So in episode 7, what's really happening is she's getting to a point, Catherine, where she's seeing how Delilah is kind of cheating Eddie out of fatherhood. Like, he's a great father to their son Theo, and she already made the whole group lie about, because everybody knows that this baby is not her late husband John's baby, except for her kids and Theo, of course, because he's 10, doesn't really need to know that, I suppose. And so the thing about it is, it's making everybody have to lie, or, you know, it's making Eddie not be able to be a part of his daughter's life, and it's hard on him. Like, he's like the uncle, and it's like, how do you, when you're a good dad, how do you be an uncle to somebody, to your child, your daughter? So he's having a hard time with that. And I mean, he's around, but like how an uncle would be around, he's not really able to be as hands-on as he would like to be. And so Catherine is basically telling him and telling Delilah that they need to just be honest about it, so nobody has to lie. Because for one thing, she's worried about Eddie starting back to drinking, because he used to have a drinking problem. And so when they had their son Theo, he stopped drinking for his kid. And she's worried about the stress of not being able to be a father to Charlie, the baby, making him drink again. And so she trying to fight for her husband. She like, at the end of the day, he's the father and you need to let him do that. Be the father. So she put a little fire under Delilah, telling her that she needed to be honest and come up, be forward with it so that the rest of the group don't have to lie for her, to cover for her. And let me just say, Delilah is getting on my nerves just a little bit. I kept trying to have sympathy for her because her husband passed away. But let's be clear, she's not a victim here. The only thing she's a victim of is losing her husband the way she did. He committed suicide. That's the only thing that she's a victim of. Other than that, I have no sympathy for Delilah because, for one, you were cheating on your husband, okay? And initially, you were thinking about leaving him until he killed himself. He knew about it, and he wished y'all well. Like, he was like, be great, because he knew he was kind of being a sucky husband. And so, and he had his own secrets that are slowly unraveling the whole series of the show. We're finding out stuff about him that nobody knew. So, I said all that to say, Delilah, she likes playing this widow card and woe is me, and she's starting to get on my nerves. Because when it comes to you cheating other people out of what's rightfully theirs, nobody cares about you being a widow at that point. Like, ma'am, get it together. Because at the end of the day, you're cheating your daughter too. You worried about how other people are going to look at you because you want to stay this innocent person. And that's what it is. I feel like she's really just trying to protect herself and her image instead of just being real. So we're going to see how that plays out. She also is planning on taking her kids to France for the summer. Ma'am, you can't make moves like that without talking to the father of the baby. Now, she has 2 other kids, a teenager, and I think the other one, he kind of like a preteen. So you want to take them kids out the country? Be great. Do what you feel you need to. But that baby, you can't just take the baby away from Eddie like that. Like, ma'am, what are you thinking about? And then another thing about Delilah. So there's another friend. Y'all know I'm horrible with names. Regina. So Delilah was venting to Regina. And Regina was just kind of like, you know, at first she kind of saw where she was coming from, but when she talked to Catherine kind of showed her the big picture. Like, at the end of the day, that's his daughter, so it's not right that he's not able to be a part the way he should be. And she was like, you kind of right. And all the lying, you making everybody else lie. Not everybody's cool with just lying all the time. So Regina kind of seen it that way too, and she like, maybe it won't be the worst thing for her to just tell the truth or whatever. So now Delilah feels like everybody's ganging up on her and all that. Like I told you, she got this woe is me thing going on right now. And let's see what else happened in this episode. Okay, so Gary is really attached to his dog Colin, right? It's a pretty dog. I'm afraid of dogs, but I'll say that the dog is cute and watch the dog on TV. So he's really attached to this dog Colin, and so he found out that Colin is not a stray dog, because he found Colin and thought that he was a stray dog. So come to find out, Colin had a home. So now he's debating whether or not he should take Colin back to his real home. So he goes to the home to like meet the person that lives there, whatever, the person that put up the flyer. Come to find out it was an old couple that owned Colin, and the husband passed away, and then Colin ran away. I don't remember what Colin's name was before he was Gary's dog, but he had a whole other name and everything. So the lady's story made him want to go ahead and give Colin back. So he was preparing himself to give Colin back, but his girlfriend is the real MVP because she switched the dogs out. Like, she gave the old lady a dog that looked really a lot like Colin, and the lady was happy, you know, whatever. And Colin in the backseat the whole time. I was like, she the real MVP. She is. Also in this episode, PJ and Sophie was getting close, and Rome had to remind him that might be your sister, so you can't get close to her like that. Not like dating wise, and she flirting with you, she like you, so you need to reel it in. Well, Sophie was trying to kiss him, or tried to kiss him, and he was like, whoa, like he didn't get a chance to explain it to her because she kind of freaked out. And so I'm trying to think before I just drop the bomb. Okay, yeah, so that was basically everything, except at the end of the episode, we found out that PJ is John's child. So, like I was saying, John has all these skeletons that's constantly coming out the closet. Like, we constantly finding out new things. So, now the news is that he had a whole kid that's the same age as Sophie. I just want to point that out, too. Because PJ is around the same age as Sophie, so yeah, interesting to see how that came about, what happened with that. Yeah, so we know also who his mom is. That's the lady who he was friends with. His best friend at the time was engaged to her or dating her or whatever. His friend got on a plane. John's friend got on a plane. The plane crashed. So maybe that's when whatever happened and they created PJ. Who knows? We shall see. So that was all of episode 7 for me. If I missed something that stood out to you, leave it in the comment section and we can talk about it. And until next time. Oh, before I go though, I wanted to show y'all I have on one of my Naturally Key shirts. So I'm just gonna lean the camera just a little bit so you can just see the shirts. And then you can always go to my website or my Instagram to see more shirts. See if it's something you like on there. Feel free to shop. Send your friends. And again, all the information will be in the description bar. And until next time, I'll holla.
You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around.